look at Israel and I see they just have a gay pride parade. I see that at the Technion it's 20% Arab students. I mean, there is no apartheid. I walk the streets of Israel and I see tons of Arabs walking the streets, and there is no apartheid. There is no separation. There is no separation.
They have no homes to go to.
Right. The concrete for buildings were made into tunnels, and then on land which is, in the Gaza, which is like the Wild West. I mean, where is the apartheid? If you go to Israel, where is the apartheid?
The land was taken
There is
from
no
them, that's
apartheid.
where.
The land was taken in 1967 when all the Arab countries surrounding Israel to attack them. If they would not have tried to attack, you would have had the 67 borders.
Sit down in your chair.
Yeah, sit down in your chair.
I don't know.
All right, this is because we're here as women and black against the occupation. And I'm just going to go across the street and see if...
Here, you hold one end, I hold the other.
What do you think yesterday had to do with the settlements?
Huh?
What did yesterday's attack have to do with the settlements in Tel Aviv?
The Israeli government destroyed people's homes.
So then they shoot people in Tel Aviv?
They've been living like shit for years because of the Israeli government.
And we've been getting rockets for years.
Ever since one of those Dossim murdered Rabin, it's been hell for anyone who's not Jewish over there.
You realize that before Jews...
I lived and worked there,
Before
and I
Jews-
knew when it was better.
Before Jews came to Israel, before we settled Israel, you realize that Israel was a desert?
No, it wasn't desert. People lived there, and you think you can get away with it because the Americans did it to the Native Americans, but that was in 1400.
First of all, it was a desert until the Jews came. Second
It was
of all,
not a desert.
Second of
It
all,
was a whole civilization.
there was a war that Israel won.
There was a whole civilization, and everybody lived together when the Yishuv took place. Everybody lived in peace together. Because Rabin signed the peace agreement, so they murdered him.
You still haven't answered what yesterday had to do with all this.
It has to do with all the years of repression.
Look at all the years that Jews were oppressed.
That was long. That was something
Oh, so we
else.
can forget about that?
We're not forgetting
Not by the
about it, but you're
Palestinians.
using it
What?
as a weapon.
Not by the Palestinians, by the
You're
Germans.
licking your wounds forever and ever and ever. And the Palestinians
We're not
didn't
licking
do
our
it.
wounds. We're not doing anything.
The Palestinians didn't do the Holocaust.
You're not doing anything. You're destroying people's homes. They have no place to live. How do you define that as doing nothing?
How do you define sending rockets every day?
You answer my
If
question.
New Jersey sent rockets here every day, put that down, I'll answer it. If New Jersey,
You don't want to be filmed?
not like right in my face.
I'm not right in your face. I'm a few feet away from
The
you.
night is not terrorism. You're sitting in
Are there
your
going to be a
house
lot?
and
Are there
it's
going to be a lot of Jews coming here?
Yes, they should be. Yeah, they should be. Jews and non-Jews. Doesn't have to be Jews.
Yeah, I just hope that would.
is justified when people are occupied. Resistance is justified when people are occupied. Resistance.
We have a right to boycott.
We have a right to boycott.
And it is right to boycott Israel.
And it is right to boycott Israel.
We will not stop.
We will not stop
Until the occupation ends.
until the occupation ends.
We will not stop.
We will not stop.
Thank you! Next up, thank you. Next up, we're going to tell you a tale of something that happened in the past, 4 days ago, something that's happening in the present, and something that will happen in the future. And together, we will write that future. So, I present to you Governor Cuomo.
Shame on Cuomo! Boycott's not a crime! Human rights and freedom from here to Palestine! Shame on Cuomo! Boycott's not a crime! Human rights and freedom from here to Palestine! Shame on Cuomo! Boycott's not a crime! Human rights and freedom from here to Palestine! Shame on Cuomo! Boycott's not a crime! Human rights and freedom from here to Palestine!
Thank you all.
Thank you all
For coming out.
for coming out
And for sending the message.
and for sending the message
To Governor Cuomo.
for Governor Cuomo
That he cannot silence.
that he cannot silence
Our fight for justice.
our fight for justice,
Our fight for freedom.
our fight for freedom,
Our fight for peace.
our fight for peace.
He cannot stop our BDS movement.
He cannot stop our BDS movement.
We will not stop
We will not stop
till the Israeli occupation
till the Israeli occupation
stops.
stops.
We will not stop
We will not stop
until Palestinian refugees
until Palestinian refugees
return to their home.
return to their homes.
We will not stop
We will not stop
until Palestinians
until Palestinians
living in Israel have full equality.
have full equality.
This was an amazing show
This was an amazing show
of New Yorkers
of New Yorkers
who hold up
who hold up
the morally conscientious
the morally conscientious
decision to boycott,
decision to boycott,
divest,
divest,
and sanction Israel
Israel
until it stops
until it stops
violating international law
international laws
and Palestinian human rights.
and Palestinian human rights.
Thank you to the organizers
Thank you to the organizers